contact. You have Victor. Alpha confirmation Victor, time 1945 Zulu weather, wind variable at 4 knots, visibility 10, sky conditions sea lane 2,200 overcast, temperature 0, dew point -6, and the altimeter is 3014. ILS approaches to runway 3 and 30 in use, read back all runway, hold short instructions and assign altitudes, and advise on initial contact. You have Victor.
Good, so let's practice with information Victor. We're going to write it all down on your knee.
The weather,
okay.
Variable at 4 knots, visibility 10, sky conditions sea lane 2,200 overcast, temperature 0, dew point -6, and the altimeter is 3014. ILS approaches to runway 3 and 30 in use, read back all runway, hold short instructions and assign altitudes, and advise on initial contact. You have Victor. Alpha confirmation Victor, time 1945 Zulu weather, wind variable at 4 knots, visibility 10, sky conditions sea lane 2,200 overcast, temperature 0, dew point -6, and the altimeter is 3014. ILS approaches to runway 3 and 30 in use, read back all runway, hold short instructions and assign altitudes, and advise on initial contact. You have Victor. Alpha confirmation Victor, time 1945 Zulu weather, wind variable at 4 knots, visibility 10, sky conditions sea lane 2,200 overcast, temperature 0, dew point -6, and the altimeter is 3014. ILS approaches to runway 3 and 30 in use.
Is that for flight?
Runway, hold short instructions and assign altitudes.
Is this a 4 flight? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Victor.
Must be a new update. Hey, good job. Yeah, cool. All right, good. So, yep, you don't have to write Appleton, but that's if you want to fill it out, that's fine. Yep, Victor, time, variable at 4, that's what I do, 10 miles. Overcast 22, so it's too low to go out east and west. We're going to do pattern work today, and basically we're just going to be taking off and landing. That's all we'll be doing. So it'll be a little bit overwhelming your first time, but you'll learn a lot, and then each time will get easier and easier. So.
Okay. Passenger seat backs up. Seat. Come on.
Or you feel like you're close enough to the rudder, the foot pedals?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe not.
All right, I got the brakes. You can
That's the
slide.
brakes.
All right, your brakes.
My brakes.
Your brakes.
All right, so pre-taxi checklist complete. Brakes feet full on, doors and windows closed and latched. Fuel flight controls tested free and correct. I need a rear view mirror here.
Good. Yep, rudder, good.
Fuel selector on both. Fuel quantity check.
That's a little uneven, but
they're a little off, but oh well. Elevator trim set for takeoff. Engine check.
We're gonna do the engine check away from the building just for noise abatement as a courtesy. So we're gonna go over there.
Okay.
By it's kind of our designated run-up area. So I'll have you secure your checklist and your pen, and use your right hand for throttle for power. All right. Yeah, we're always looking left and right, clearing the area. Not much going on here today, but never assume anything, so it looks good.
I might as well face this way because we're probably going out 3.
Oh, well, that's not... We'll just keep going ahead. We're going to go over here just to get into the little nook area.
Okay.
And then we're going to turn to the north once we're over here to face the wind direction.
Gotcha.
Good. Very good.
Okay, so mixture rich at RPM to 1800. Okay, vacuum gauge checked. Gauges and ammeter check. Okay.
Make sure you are up to 1800 RPM, right? So,
I am.
oh, you're at about,
Oh, I'm sorry.
there you go, that was about, yeah, 14, so yep, all the way up to, there you go, that sounds better, right?
It's hard to memorize these noises when you only fly once a week.
Right, yep, you'll get it.
All right, so the vacuum gauges are showing good. Engine gauges, ammeter, all good. Magnetos.
Good, one click to left, we're going to look for a 50 RPM drop. Okay, back to both. And to the left. Back to both, good. That checks out.
Okay.
Now when you do an
Back to
idle
both.
check, when you do an idle check, don't yank it out.
Right,
Nice
go
and
down
easy.
slowly.
Yep. Very good, just like that. We'll be running around 600 RPM, that looks perfect.
There we are.
Not shutting off, back to 1000.
Idle run. Throttle set. Mixture lean 1 inch. Throttle friction lock. Flight instruments checked, set, and adjusted. Looking at 30. Oh, this isn't even right. That looks good. And that says 0. Okay. Departure briefing.
Okay, so that's just what you would tell your passengers as well, which is why we confuse it with the passenger brief. But basically, if we have an engine failure prior to takeoff, we will get off the runway, secure the airplane. Below 1,000 feet, once we're airborne, we will land straight ahead without banking any more than 15 degrees of bank left or right. We'll find an open field. Above 1,000 feet, we will have enough altitude to come down and make a safe landing. So we'll just apply our best glide speed of 68 knots, announce we're coming back, and we'll just find a suitable runway. So those are your 3.
Okay, so taxi clearance. Basically, what I'm going to.
Yep, first, make sure we're on the right frequency, right? So what's frequency here?
So the correct frequency would be 121.7.
Correct, good.
Correct. So I want to hit this to pop this back over.
Good.
All right.
Okay.
So taxi clearance would be Appleton Ground, November 539er Echo Romeo.
Oh, well, I'll stop. It's we don't have to say the end. That's just for North America.
Okay.
It's Cessna 529 Echo Romeo, not 53, right? So you always have that right there. So always make sure you're saying it right.
Okay.
And they know the airplanes here. So yep, be Appleton Ground Cessna 529 Echo Romeo. All right. So continue.
Requesting taxi.
Yep. You could. Yep. So the way I say it is Appleton Ground Cessna 529 Echo Romeo at Platinum with information Victor, ready to taxi. We'll be sitting in the pattern for some touch and goes. So it's kind of, I mean, how about I work the radios today and you just worry about the flying, and then
that works.
You can go through your video again and kind of study how I do it. All right.
Yep.
All right. So we're all set. We'll just get our taxi clearance. We're probably going to be runway 3, so we'll just be doing left traffic. All right.
Cruiser 68 Charlie, Appleton Tower, runway 3, clear to land. Wind variable at 3 knots.
Clear to land, runway 3, 68 Charlie.
Captain Ground Cessna 529 Echo Romeo at Platinum. Information Victor. Ready to taxi. We'd like to stay in the pattern for some touch and goes, please.
Cessna Echo Romeo from Appleton Ground, from Platinum, runway 30, taxi via Papa, November.
Taxi runway 30 via Papa November 529 Echo Romeo. All right, so I was wrong. He's putting us on 30. I don't know why. It's a Oh, actually, the winds are shifting a little bit. So we're just going to take Papa up.
Yep, to November.
Yep, and then all the way
down.
Very good. Good job. Now today, it's our first touch and go lesson, so there's going to be quite a bit going on. That's why I'm going to do the radios, but once you learn it, it's pretty much the same every time around, so.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, the earliest we can make a safe turn off of our departure runway is 500 feet above ground level. So in Appleton, that's 1,400 feet.
Correct.
In the wintertime, you get better climb performance. So if you were to turn at your minimum altitude for touch and goes, you might just be over midfield. So we'll extend it until we have enough time to turn for a nice left crosswind, which is, of course, opposite of your base, if you can kind of picture that. So it's, we take off, we turn left crosswind, and we take another left for downwind, we take another left for base, and then another left for final. So.
Still a habit to use the steering wheel.
Right, yep. And on windy days, you do want to use your yoke.
But pull back to cause more drag?
Well, I'm saying, well, for taxiing, you basically want, if say the wind's behind us, it's either going to be right behind us or off our left or our right. If it's off our left or our right, just think dive away from the wind. So we'll say it was off our left, coming at us going this way.
I'd want to turn the ailerons to the...
If you want to dive like that. Now, if it was off our right, we would dive away to the left.
Okay.
If it's coming at us to the left from the side, we dive into it, and same from the right. All right, yep, try to get that center line back. Just imagine that yellow line right through the center of the yoke there. And very good. We don't need any more than 1,000, and as you can see, we're going down slope, so we can actually take some of that power out and just kind of let gravity take over for now. Big thing is not to ride the brakes unless you need to really use them. So, not that you do it, but a common thing students do at first is they'll have excess power in, and then they're like, well, this is too much, I'll just slow down with my brakes. And all you would have to do is really take the throttle out. So now you got high power and you're riding the brake pads, which is just more of a maintenance thing. It's wearing out the brake pads, so. Good, we'll start to slow down a little bit.
Number 6 Charlie, I went down to Alpha, and then Charlie, oh, I'm sorry, you're going to Platinum there, turn right at Bravo 3 if able, and then November Papa.
Good. And you don't want to get up right on the line, so about 10 to 15 feet back is pretty good. Yeah, that's good right there, good job. Alright, we'll get our checklist back out. So we did all that, so you can...
Yep. So takeoff configuration, trim, takeoff, set, flaps, set.
Yep. verify inside too. Good.
Heading indicator compass 30. How does that get off like that?
It just deviates a little. It's vacuum powered, so sometimes it doesn't pick up enough suction at first.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, I set it was like way off before, and now all of a sudden this little bit, and it's off again.
Right. We'll center it up on the runway, so we're going to use our runway heading for our takeoff heading.
Gotcha. Doors closed and latched. Time off?
Time off 2:01.
2:01. And do we got that somewhere, or is there a reason why we check that?
That's more if you're on a flight plan and you kind of want to start your clocks on my estimated time of departure arrival.
Gotcha.
So for now, it's not essential. Okay. So typically once you get a little quicker with it, we'll do this and then go down here. But before we get our clearance, let's just get the airplane configured.
All right. So taxi light is off.
Okay.
Landing light is on.
Good.
Strobes.
Okay.
Transponder 1200.
Good on altitude.
Altitude.
Okay.
Correct. And mixture rich.
Okay, let's do that. Good. Okay, switch me over to tower now.
Which would be
119.6, good. So I'll get our clearance. Once we are, I'll have you center us up, and then I'll have you take off, see how it goes, and then I might have to help you a little bit with pitch adjustments at first, but once we get into that rhythm, you should be fine for the day.
Okay, right? So I want to take off at about 60?
We want to rotate around 60 knots, and we're going to climb out VY roughly 75 to 80 knots. So
okay.
No faster than 80 to 85 though, just because you're too low then.
Okay.
So I want to get up there. So we'll keep our runway heading after takeoff. We'll wait until we're enough distance away from the runway before we make our left turn. If we turn too soon, we'll already be at midfield. So I'm going to be calling midfield every time around, which is self-explanatory, middle of the field. And he's going to clear us a touch and go. And then we're just going to do our flaps on our downwind base final, which I'll teach you. And then once we're in our rhythm, we'll just keep doing that. All right?
Okay.
All right. Appleton Tower, Cessna 529 Echo Romeo at runway 30, ready for takeoff.
Cessna Echo Romeo, Appleton Tower, runway 30, make left traffic, report the midfield down each time around, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 30, left traffic, report left midfield down each time around, 9 Echo Romeo. All right, so short final is clear. So we just want to make sure people are human, the tower's human, sometimes people aren't paying attention, so. We're using up available runway, that's good. Okay, we got our heels to the floor, right, not on the brakes, good.
Tower 68 Charlie from Platinum Taxi via Papa,
okay,
November 3, and hold short runway 30.
Now smoothly give me full throttle, nice and easy. Keep your ailerons that. Good. You can go a little quicker. All I want is I don't want to shove in, so that's the only thing. Good. So now we're just looking down the runway. Engine gauges are in the green. Airspeed is alive. 45. Nope. Keep your right hand on the throttle at all times. Okay. 60 knots. Now slowly rotate up. So pull back. There you go. Now keep that runway center line. So you can't really see outside right now with that pitch up, so we're going to follow our heading indicator, and then you can also look out your window to keep a parallel. Good. Good, so yep, right around, well, no slower than 75 is pretty good for the day. Yeah, just keep that center line. And now all we're doing is we're extending this to create spacing, getting altitude.
November 68 Charlie, cross runway 30 to max air.
All right, give me a nice left turn, nice square left turn, 90-degree turn. So
Clear to the north, clear to the west, clear to the south.
okay. And we're gonna level off at 1900 feet. So it starts to get that power back right now. So yep, we're at cruise. So yep, we'll go to cruise now. Power back to 22. Gotta get that power back. Good, keep power back to 22. Good. Now we're gonna push over, look outside, get that horizon. If you want to trim it out, feel free to do some nose down trim so it's not climbing. So whatever you gotta do to get comfortable. And we're gonna make another left turn together just because we're about where we wanna be. And now we went from crosswind, now we're approaching our downwind leg. At midfield, I'm gonna give him a call. So we're a little bit high, so try not to go any higher than this. Try to get me back down at 1900. Yep, good. You're listening to that engine.
Airport 31.
Let's go parallel with the runway.
31,
right there. Good.
Airport 31's at the south tees at holding short of taxiway November. Would like to do a pavement inspection beginning with runway 30.
Airport 31, roger. Proceed November up 2, but hold short of the approach end, runway 30.
Airport 31, roger. November and holding short of runway 30.
Upland Tower, 9 Echo Romeo, left midfield, downwind runway 30.
Cessna 9 Echo Romeo, runway 30. Clear touch and go.
Okay, clear to touch and go on runway 30, 9 Echo Romeo. Right now, once we get our wingtip over the threshold, so the end of the runway,
Okay.
I'm going to have you pull throttle to 1700, and I'm going to have you give me just 10 degrees of flaps. So you can do that now, so power back to 17, and we're just going to keep this, and we're going to make a descent go. So there you go. Now give me 10 degrees of flaps, and all we're checking is our airspeed below 110, which we're right around there, so that's good. Now we're just going to keep this parallel with the runway. Always look outside, see that runway. And see this quarry up here? That typically is a visual point, right? This one, for your base leg. So you want to be typically around there. So we'll make a nice left square turn once again.
Now?
Yep, there you go. So just think every part of this, every leg is to create spacing for the next portion of the leg. So that's what it's all about. So we're creating space for our base to final now. Good. Well, see how you're kind of leveled off? Just kind of relax the yoke and let the airplane kind of do its thing at whatever power setting we have. Now we're going to add another 20 degrees of flaps within this white arc. So give me 20 degrees of flaps. Good. Now it's going to want to balloon up a bit from a little bit more lift, so just kind of push down a little bit, let it naturally descend. Now give me a little bit more power, 17 again. It's going to naturally lose power at times. Good. Alright, now we're just keeping nice square turns. So right about now, give me a nice left turn. Now we're turning from base to final here. Give me a little bit more power, just... There you go. So we're overshooting it, so we're going to keep that turn in until we get that runway center line. Okay. Okay, so yep, nice small corrections. Now we're going to do basically just power for altitude, pitch for airspeed. So let's do full flaps. And take a little bit of power out to keep that descent going. And I want you to be around 70 knots. So just kind of like slow flight. Good, watch your airspeed. Keep that center line so get a little bit to the right. Now we're slowly going to get into ground effect, so take power to idle. Now let it settle in, so we're just going to hold it here, and we're going to wait for ground effect to take over there, and we pitch up
Airport
like that.
31 from the approach end, runway 30,
right, flaps
proceed
all the way
west
up.
on 30, then south on taxiway
Now
Bravo.
full throttle, and then you just hit a full touch and go.
West on 30, south on taxiway Bravo.
Good, all the way in. And we're at 60 knots, so we'll rotate up, so pitch up. When it starts to bounce like that, you really got to get it up. And we're going to pitch down, nope, right hand on the throttle, good. pitch me to about 75 knots, so pitch up a little bit more. And try not to turn left, try to keep that center line right there. I know this is a little deviated, but just keep your ailerons neutral with today's wind. We don't really have much right now. Good, so now we're just going up again, creating spacing and altitude. Got a little bit more nose up. Alright, give me a nice left turn, nice square 90-degree turn. And now we're approaching 1900, so once we do, we're at about 50 feet before, power back to 22. So we're at about now.
Airport 31, Roger,
and we're going to push over.
north on runway 3, but hold short runway 30.
Airport 31, Roger, south on Bravo, north on 3, and holding short of runway 30.
Alright, we'll make another left turn. So we're just going to do a square turn again, keep a parallel with the runway. This is our downwind. Now we're climbing a little bit, so try not to pull back, just kind of neutralize the ailerons, and if they want to climb or descend, we'll trim it out. Good, this is much better. We're got a nice distance, and we're parallel, so we'll keep this ground track. We don't want to drift away. Give me just a touch less power. Good. So now I'm anticipating my midfield call again. Now watch your altitude, you're climbing. Okay, so I'm going to make my call here. Upland Tower, Cessna 529 Echo Romeo, left midfield 30.
Cessna Echo Romeo, runway 30, clear touch and go.
Clear touch and go, 309 Echo Romeo. Very good. Nope, power first, right? So power to 17. Good, does airspeed check? Below 110, yep, alright. And 110 is right at under the A for the TAS, so right there.
Okay.
Tick mark. Now kind of let the nose come down, don't hold it up. We're going to get about 500 feet per minute. But good, you're keeping your parallel. And sure enough, there's the Corey again. And we want to see how we're about 45 degrees off of the runway? That's when you want to make your turn, so right about now. So go ahead, add a little bit of power. Good. And in the pattern, you never want to bank more than 30 degrees, but 30 degrees is perfectly fine. That's how we get our square turns. All right, try not to pull back too much. You're a little, right, good. So we're a little fast, right? So we'll just hold our altitude for a little bit, take a little bit of power out, and that'll create a little bit more drag. All right.
Once we get down into there, then we can drop it to 20.
Good, so go ahead. So 10, 20, 30 as you can kind of see now. Now kind of let the nose come back down. Remember not to cheat in like too early, so right about now let's turn. And let's add a bump of power to 1700 again. We'll just watch our airspeed, good. So now once again we are on final. I want you to use your throttle as required to maintain a proper glide path for altitude, and your yoke for your pitch or airspeed. So always look inside, look outside, keep that scan. We want about 70 knots. See how we're a little high? That's because you're holding off. So take some power out a little bit. And just now, once again, we're naturally letting the nose come down. The airplane wants to go to the left from wind, so we'll just do a little bit of right aileron, a little bit of left rudder to keep the nose centered. Right, power, yep, take the power. Now you see, we forgot to do full flaps, so that's why we're a little fast. So there we go, I got flaps in for you. Power to idle. Now slowly let it come down about 5 feet off the ground and let the nose just hold it there, don't descend. Here comes a descent. We're just holding the nose up like that, holding it, holding it, holding it, and slowly bring the nose down. Flaps come up, and full throttle. Good. Using our foot pedals to keep that center line. 60 knots. Rotate. Get that nose off.
Airport 31, proceed west on runway 30.
Airport 31, roger, west on runway 30.
Okay, good. So watch your airspeed. I want 75 knots.
Is off runway 3.
Airport 31, roger.
75, good. Good, very good. 75 to 80 knots. So with our added body weights, it's not as good of a climb rate. That's why we got to keep our VY right there, and that's our most optimum DSI climb. So. All right, this is about a good altitude. We'll make our left turn. Nice square turn again.
Appleton Tower, Airport 31 is off runway 30.
Airport 31, roger, proceed
Good.
east on Alpha, then north on runway 3.
Very good, power back.
Airport 31,
Nose
roger, east on
down,
Alpha,
look outside,
north
get that
on
horizon.
runway 3.
Good, that sounds nice. Now we're looking back at the airport, right? That's good. So right about here you can start your left downwind. Good. Very good. Good, so keeping a parallel. We're kind of the same relationship with Lake Winnebago again. We're just a little bit south of it and going straight at it. So that looks normal. If you want, you could pick the bridge, whatever you want to keep a nice parallel. That looks good over there. You're holding your altitude perfectly. We're approaching midfield, so I'm going to give him a call again. Appleton Tower, 529 Echo Romeo, left midfield, 30.
Cessna Echo Romeo, runway 30, clear touch and go.
Clear touch and go, 30, 9 Echo Romeo. Right, watch your airspeed, very good, checks. And that was a little bit early, but that's actually good to see because most students do it way down that way, so that's better to be a little early than too late. Good. All right, so see what you're doing, you're holding back too much, kind of release. That looks nice right there, good. And that's your power settings creating that descent for you. Good, so look at the runway, make sure we don't drift, just kind of keep it parallel. You can find a point in front of you, make sure that doesn't drift, that's how we know.
Tower, Airport 31 is off runway 3. I'd like to proceed back to the ARF.
Airport 31, proceed all taxiways, holding short of our runways, back to the ARF.
Now, see how we're about 45
Airport
off the
31,
runway?
Roger,
You can start your
all
left
taxiways,
base.
holding short of all runways, back to the ARF.
Add a little bit of power again. So 17 typically does the job. Now if you square this out, you kind of notice we're pretty much right on for that water tower there, right? So that's another indication. Good. All right, we'll do 20 degrees of flaps. Airspeed checks. Good, so we're trying not to drift in or away from the runway. We're just creating time to get to it. Okay, start that left turn and keep that runway in sight. Good. Try to control your descent, right? We don't want to go too fast with that airspeed. All right, now we're on final airspeed checks, but in that white arc, we'll do full flaps. All right. Now give me about 70 knots. And then, yep, that's right. Nope, don't add power. We're see how we're a little high. Those 4 white lights.
You want 2 and 2?
Yep, so 2 white, 2 red. Good. Nope, don't level off. Keep that nose coming down, just like that. Keep taking power out gradually. Now, see how I'm starting to pull back? Alright. Now, power to idle. Now, just kind of let it do its thing. It might float up and down. Just hold it right there. Now, flare. Hold that nose up just like that. Good. We're taking all that weight off of the nose wheel. That's good. Yep, there you go.
Appleton Tower Airport.
Airspeed 60 knots. We can rotate up.
Have a good day.
Airport 31, roger, good day, Adam.
Alright, and then we'll, yep, 75 knots. Good. Good, so now we're just keeping our runway heading again. Very good, just keep that heading, very nice. Good, right about here you can start that left turn again. Nice square turn. Another way to sort of cheat is to look at these 90-degree tick marks.
Mm-hmm. And memorize them.
Good. Very good. Now take the power back to cruise, push down, look outside, get that horizon. Very good. Now we're just creating spacing. Alright, give me a nice left turn. Watch your altitude, you're pulling back a little bit too much on the yoke. Good, nice roll out. Now you're nice and parallel. That's perfect. Take a little bit of power out. Listen to what that sounds like. That's what you want. Very good. And pitch down just a bit. See how you're still climbing? We're about 100 feet too high. And sure enough, here's our midfield. So I'll give them a call. Get that power back again. Get that power back. Appleton Tower, 9 Echo Romeo, left midfield 30.
Cessna Echo Romeo, runway 30, clear touch and go.
Clear touch and go, 30, 9 Echo Romeo. Now those fuel tanks are looking a little bit better there. Good. Very good. Perfect. Let that nose come down, right? Don't pull back. Let that relationship of sky and ground change. That looks about good right there. And 500 feet, that looks nice. Good, is it keeping that extended? Keep me 1700. Good. If you level out too much with a low RPM, we'll slow down too much, so you want to keep that descent going. Now, we're about 45 degrees off that runway, so you can make that left turn. And once again, we got our visual points right over that quarry. And we can kind of level out once we are headed towards that water tower there. Good. Watch your airspeed. We got to slow down to get into flap range, right? So let's nope. Watch your airspeed. Nope. See this white arc? That's
that's right, because we're already down one.
All right. So power. Yep. Power back to 15. We'll just now we got to create. We're just gonna hold our altitude. Let that get in there. There you go, 20. Then you can kind of release the pressure again off the wheel. Good. Good. Add a little bit of power again just so we don't descend too quickly. Just a touch of 17 again, that magic number. And good, starting that turn. Very good. Looking at your airspeed, we want about 70 knots. Power as required to maintain glide path. Good, so we don't want to pitch up like that. So yep, add a little bit more power, more power. Power for altitude, pitch for airspeed. Right there is good. Alright, so now we see we're climbing again. We don't want to do that, so always watch outside that relationship. Okay, we're a little off to the left, so we'll use a little bit of right aileron, and if we have to, left rudder to keep that nose centered. Okay, we're high. We'll just let the nose come down. Watching that airspeed, that looks fine. Alright, take power to idle slowly. Now pitch up, don't come down too low. Yep, so we'll just stabilize. Now hold it there. Up, 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 up. Keep that nose wheel up and slowly bring the nose wheel down. Good. Keep that center line with your toes. Very good, full throttle. 60 knots, good, rotate. That was very smooth, good. Good, now pitch up to 75. Nice small corrections. Good, we'll wait till about 1,700 feet again. That's kind of what is working today. How you feeling? Getting a little more into it, right? Good.
Yep.
Alright, good. Clear left. Don't go too slow now, so release some of that pressure. Good, 75. Good, keep that nose up. Alright, pattern, so power back. And nose comes back to level. Everything outside looks nice like that. And you can start that left turn to downwind. Good, very good. Now just hold 1900 and be mindful of your power because that kind of has a mind of its own at times. Good. Here comes midfield, so I'm going to call midfield. Epsom Tower, 9 Echo Romeo left, midfield 30.
Cessna Echo Romeo, runway 30, clear touch and go.
Clear touch and go, 30, 9 Echo Romeo. Good, let that nose come down a little bit more. That looks good. Good, so see how you're drifting away, so you gotta look outside the airplane as well, make sure we're not going left or right, so look at that lake, see if the lake's moving, kind of keep that heading. Look back at the runway, about 45, so you can start that left turn. Good, add a little bit of power again. And There you go. We got that water tower out in front of you. Good. Airspeed checks. Good job. 20 degrees. Nope, just 20 degrees. Watch it. Good. Short final is clear. Clear, just a touch and go. The runway is clear. So now we're just anticipating our turn. Alright, make that turn. Give me a little bit of power, 17. A little bit more power. See, there you go. We don't want to be too nose up like that, so push down a little bit. Good. Alright, full flaps. Good, that's ballooning up, so we fight it a little bit. Push down, take some throttle out. A little bit of right aileron to get that center line. Airspeed's good at around 70 to 75 knots, that's nice. Keep it coming down. It's slowly reducing power, not all at once. Very good. Keeping that center line, right aileron. Right aileron, just keep that. Forward idle, now hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, don't descend, don't climb, hold it there, hold it there. Up, 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 pitch up, pitch up, pitch up. Hold it, hold it. Good. Alright, flaps stabilized. Alright, 60 knots, rotate. Good. Yep, you should have had that before we took off,
yeah.
Right? So I know you don't want to hurt the engine, but a little bit sooner than that. Just all I'm saying is don't push it in and don't yank it up.
Right.
You can go like this and like that. Just you always want full power by the time you're rotating, especially when we're heavy like this. So. There you go, you start that left turn, and just be aware you got about 200 feet before, so about 50 feet below. Yep, there you go. Try not to overbank. Good, keep that turn going, keep the turn going. Power back to 22, and we'll push down on the nose. Look outside, that looks good. Look back at the airfield, that looks nice and square, maybe a little bit off. Alright, hold at 1900. We'll make another left turn whenever you're ready. Good, watch that climb. Look what you're doing, feel what you're doing. Very good. Get me back down to 1900. Good, try not to cut too much closer, that's about fine right there. And if you want, next time we'll go a little bit wider out. That'll give us more time.
Okay.
Applin Tower, 9 Echo Romeo, left midfield, 30.
Cessna Echo Romeo, runway 30, clear touch and go.
Clear touch and go, 30, 9 Echo Romeo. Very good. Yeah, just keep that tip of the lake there in sight. a little bit more nose down, and we'll do about 1700 RPM. Right, we're about 45 off, and sure enough, there's the quarry. We'll do a left turn. And you're pretty much right into your flap range, but we'll wait till we're completely rounded off.
120 Bravo, Apple Ground, good afternoon, I'm fine. How about yourself? You are cleared to the Midway Airport as filed. Maintain 3000, expect 10 minutes
Good.
after departure.
Airspeed checks,
Departure
flap
frequency
20.
will be 126.3 and squawk 2477.
Good. Short final is clear.
Hawkers or Inca Bravo, read back is correct.
Watch your speed a little fast. There you go. Alright, start that left turn. We don't want to overshoot it. Number no more than 30-degree bank in the turn for safety. Alright, nose comes down. Watch your... Good. Very good. Airspeed checks. So 70 knots we'll aim for. Get that center line with your ailerons. And if you like your nose is pointed, just use your opposite rudder to that. Nope, don't see how you're leveled off there. Just keep the nose coming down. Good, stabilized. Very good. Keep that right aileron in just to keep that center line, keep it coming down, keep that power coming out. Right, now start to level off. Alright, so right about here, just keep it there. Don't climb it, just hold it, hold it. Now up, 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 hold, nose up, nose up, nose up. Hold that, nose up, hold it, hold it, hold it. Okay. Okay, flaps up. Full throttle. Yeah, much better. That's what I want to see. Good. Alright, 60 knots. And rotate. Keep that. This is deviated again, so remember to use your visual cues outside if that's wrong. Good. Now watch your altitude, get that power back. Alright, watch your, let's see outside how you're climbing a little bit too much. Alright, start that left turn, see how we're pretty far out, so, there you go. And this is okay to be a little bit wider, you just, you don't want to be too far out unless they extend you, so. Good. There you go. Just kind of watch your instrument, see how you're pulling back a little bit on there. Just kind of relax it a little bit. I'm going to give him a call shortly. Upland Tower, 9 Echo Romeo, left midfield, 30.
9 Echo Romeo, runway 30, clear touch and go.
Clear touch and go, runway 30, 9 Echo Romeo. Very good. Alright, there you go, power to 17. Good. Airspeed checks, right? Airspeed, good. The reason we check that is we could have wing flap damage if we don't. Okay, try not to turn away from the runway, good. Good. Keep that descent going a little bit. Okay, we'll get very good.
Upland Tower, Skyhawk, November 172, Papa Whiskey is with you at 2,600 foot inbound on the RNAV 30 approach.
Sus 2 Papa Whiskey, up on the tower, roger, runway 30, clear to land. Number 2, phone assessed on about a mile left base to final, doing a touch and go. Wind is variable at 3 knots.
Number 2 to final assessment in front, and I appreciate that.
Alright. Good. Try not to go below 1500 RPM just for the sync rate, but that's fine for now. Okay, left turn. No more than 30, but up to 30 is fine. Looks nice. Alright. One more thing you gotta do. Perfect. Now use your throttle as required. Now see, look outside, see how you're pitched up like that? We don't want that, we'll stall if we do that. We want to keep coming towards the runway.
Okay.
Good. Good. Yep, see, so yeah, you know, power is is required, so that's good you're getting that second nature feeling with that. Okay, keep the nose coming down. We can see we kind of leveled out for a second. Looking down the runway, we don't want to land this, right? We want to go center, so we'll do right aileron. Right now, yep, slowly. Alright, I'm going to release, just hold it there for me, hold it there. Up, 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 hold it up, 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 up. Okay. Alright, nope, hand on the throttle. Alright, full rotate. Good, this will be our last one. We'll do a full stop then. So in that ground effect, we want to hold it there with nose level. When the ground effect starts to dissipate, when we start that sync rate.
The top formation Whiskey's current, altimeter 3014.
At that point, the airplane's going to want to drop. And if we didn't do anything, it would land flat. So we pitch up so we have our mains land first. That's all we're doing there. Alright, try not to turn. Good. Keep that center line. Good, you can make that left. Good, get that nose down, look outside. Good, we'll just create some space here. Okay, you can start that left turn. Watch your VSI there. Get that nose coming down a little bit. That turn going. Whenever you change or amend what you want to do, you have to clarify that. And it's always nice to request something because they are in control, so I'm going to request a full stop. Okay, watch that attitude. We don't want to be pitched up like that. That's because you don't have enough power. All right. Upland Tower 9 Echo Romeo, left midfield 30, requesting a full stop, please.
Cessna 9 Echo Romeo, runway 30, clear to land, winds variable at 3 knots.
Okay, cleared to land, runway 30, 529 Echo Romeo.
Cessna 2 Papa Whiskey going to Platinum.
That's affirmative.
2 Papa Whiskey, turn left to Bravo, then November, Papa to Platinum on this frequency. Good day.
Bravo, November, and Papa to Platinum. Papa Whiskey.
Good. Start that left turn. Need a little bit of power, so we see how we're a little bit far out yet. We don't want to be this low. Let's kind of level out for a second, then we can get our flaps in for base. Very good. Short final is clear again. He cleared us to land, so this will be a full stop. We'll start that turn. A little bit more power for the turn. Okay, let's get that center line back. No more than 30 degrees, no more. That's a steep turn. You don't want to do a steep turn that low. Alright, keep that power in. See how we're a little low? So keep some power in. Good right aileron. Don't climb. Good. Slowly start to get that power out. Yep. Good. Keep taking that power out. Don't level off this high. Keep the nose coming down. Come down nice and easy. Right now we're ground effect, we're floating, now we're sinking, up, up, up. That was a little rough, but not too bad, alright. Good. Now he's going to give us a left on Bravo and then November Papa back to Platinum.
Cessna 9 Romeo, turn left to Bravo, November Papa to Platinum on this frequency. Good day.
Left Bravo, November, Papa to Platinum with you. Good day, 9 Echo Romeo. Alright, slow down, get that power out. Start to brake.
Appleton Tower, this is Cessna 94397. I am 12 miles south of you, looking to land at the FBO, have information, whiskey.
Cessna 3907, Appleton Tower, roger. Report a 2-mile final for, well, I'll tell you, is that you about 6 or 7 miles just south of the airport, southwest of the airport?
Yeah, I just left Brennan.
Roger that. Cessna 3907, roger. Turn your transponder on. Squawk 1200, please.
Transponder on.
Where am I going, Papa?
It was a Bravo, November,
Oh, okay.
Papa, so a left and then a right. And a zigzag.
397.
Don't show quite yet, Cessna 3907. Just continue northbound, and I've got a Cheyenne moving quite a bit faster than you, I believe. He's turning about a 14-mile final straight into runway 3. Just fly northbound for now, and I'll just try and fit you in the traffic pattern here short a little bit. Still not receiving that transponder. And that's you about, oh, I'd say about 3 miles northwest of Brennan?
3 miles west of Brennan, correct.
Roger.
Should I hit ident once to see if that helps?
Yeah, I don't even show it turned on right now. So we'll just play by ear. Are you getting a reply light on your transponder?
Yes, I have a bright yellow light.
Roger that.
Yeah, we'll slow down a little bit. Whenever you enter a turn, you want to go nice and slow. Get that center line.
Cessna 397, just maintain VFR, heading 360. What I'm going to do in just about a mile or so, I'm going to give you a left turn. It'll be a left turn all the way around to the base leg to follow that traffic. But continue northbound for now, and I'll advise on that turn.
You'll advise 397.
You can give me a little bit more throttle there to get up the slope, and then once we do, we'll take it back out. We'll park it all the way back, nice big left U-turn back by the fuel truck again. Good, you can start the turn.
Bravo Tower, China 331 Kilo Bravo is Gamey inbound, ILS-3.
Channel 1 Kilo Bravo, up on the tower, runway 3, clear to land, winds variable at 3 knots.
Looks like a newer one,
Land,
huh?
runway 3, and we just came out of the bottom at 3,000.
I appreciate that, thanks.
They can
Cessna 397, maintain VFR, turn
they can look
left,
newer. Some of
left
them are
turn,
just new
heading
paint jobs.
150.
I'm not exactly sure what year that is.
Left turn heading 150.
Affirmative, left turn, it'll be all the way around, left turn heading 150, and they'll roll out on a base leg to follow traffic, and I am receiving a transponder now.
Excellent, so I'll be landing 21?
No, plan runway 3 there.
Affirmative.
Go a little bit up, let's go wingtip to the fire hydrant there. Alright, that's fine, good. Nope, nope. Do your checklist. Always do your checklist.
Cessna 397, continue that left turn heading 120.
Read everything out loud.
Landing lights off.
Out of your turn, traffic will be 12 o'clock in 2 miles. That's Cheyenne.
Strobes
about
off.
3 mile final.
Okay.
Do you still have the
Taxi light off.
Affirmative.
Cessna 397, roger. I tell you what, just resume your own navigation.
Throttle, lean out 1 inch.
For runway 3.
We've already done
Clear to
that.
land.
No, we didn't.
Left base for runway 3.
Well, that was as soon as we landed, we should have done that.
Right, we didn't though, so we'll have to do that now, okay.
Flaps up, transponder 1200.
Okay.
Brakes full stop, hold with feet. Electronic equipment and lights off.
Okay, so yep, all those switches.
Okay. Avionics switch off.